Hello everybody and welcome to another live stream. As always, I am Well, actually, you weren't here last week. I had to go
It's
alone.
always weird stuff.
As always.
We've done like 3 together anyway.
Yeah, but I've only done 4 live streams. Well, 6.
You have. You're a
6
pro
live
now.
streams.
You were educating me on the...
Yeah, as it's just been behind the scenes. Have you done this? Have you done this? Yes, I have.
Yeah, we're all sorted.
I have.
Assuming they can hear us.
Yeah, I hope so. Let us know in the comments if you cannot hear us, because I've obviously forgotten to connect the mic. But welcome back to my channel. It's been a bit of a wild game week, hasn't it? I mean, you've had a more wild game week than most with the accidental bench boost. Az actually wasn't here last week because he was dealing with the press from the Daily Star. You were just hounded, weren't you? So you needed a week off away from it.
Yeah, and then I thought, do you know what? I want to get in the papers again. Let's bench boost in maybe the worst looking week ever. But it's ended up all right. But oh my God, it has been a stressful week.
It's been so stressful. Well, we're going to get onto my team first.
Yep.
And then we will take a look at yours. First of all, actually, let's say hello to everyone in the chat. Oh my goodness, there's so many comments. Monkey Man, evening all. Kevin Cook, I love Nunez, but he's so frustrating to own. Could have a huge haul every day. I mean, I actually transferred out Solanke for Nunez 2 weeks ago. So this game week with Solanke's brace, I tried to keep my cool, smile through it, but I'm not feeling...
Did you see that comment that was Darwin is Schrodinger's FPL asset? He's scary if you don't own him, but scary if you do own him.
Yeah.
Because you look at flash scores, it's like 2 disallowed Darwin Núñez goals.
And you expect him to just keep that up, but I think he gets into his head and then that's it. He just blanks and you get absolutely nothing from him. Oh no, Mr. V, I benched Simicast. Still 84 points though, but that's also 20 plus on the bench.
The bench boosted.
The jammiest thing in the world. Who else is in the chat? I did luckily play Simicast. Many benched him. That is very, very good. Fraser Love, 84 points, great effort. Who were your return? Oh, 84 points, great effort. I thought that was like 84 points. Well done, me.
I think it is, isn't it?
No, someone else got 84 points. See? Mr. V, who we just discussed.
I thought that was like, well done, 84 points. Great effort, team.
Yeah. Well, you thought that with your bench boost, didn't you? When someone pointed out it was on.
Yeah.
And you thought, because they said bench boost is on.
Bench boost is on.
And Az thought they were like, bench boost is on.
Oh, God, honestly. I'm so relieved that it ended up all right because I was in a bad way Saturday morning when I realised.
Yeah.
Sounds good. That's good.
Yay! Oh, we've got Woof Woof. Did you like the new Ralph intro screen? Today was Ralph's 3-year anniversary of being adopted. So we took him out to Brewdog and he got an ice cream sundae, he got beer, he got biscuits. There was bunting. I didn't expect it to be quite
He's
so
knackered
elaborate.
now.
He's absolutely
He
knackered. Oh, wow. Was that Kieran? 100 points now. That's more what I'm talking about. Best week of my season by a mile. Kieran, that's incredible. Let us know who you've got in your team because we could probably take some tips from you. But looking at my team, currently it says 66. I think it's 78 maybe, -4 because I did take a hit. Quick maths. Anyway, I've
got another 12 points coming.
Well, what can I say? Should we start off with the...
You need to refresh that. That's got Palmer 1.
Oh no! Oh yeah, Palmer on the bench. Oh, of course, because I'm currently on 69.
But you should have a few more than that.
69 with Palmer on the bench.
There you
go. There we go. If we just let it load, we've got Palmer penalty, another penalty. How lucky are Chelsea at the moment? I mean, I think we played really well against Spurs. I think we played really well against Haaland. The one man played really well against City. I think, to be honest, the last 2 Chelsea games have been the games of the season. I've been glued to the TV. I've absolutely loved watching them. It's been quite tough, but I've really, really enjoyed it. But Palmer getting another penalty, and annoyingly, I did my transfers yesterday just before the deadline. I did burnout for Trippier. Thought that was going to save me, but unfortunately not. And then I did Maddison out for Palmer, bench Palmer, 6 points on the bench.
Yeah, I mean, he's got only, like, who would you bench? McGinn, Watkins, Darwin. Gordon, but you were never benching Gordon this week. You were advising everyone to get him. You were saying he's your favourite player. You're shouting Gordon from the rooftops.
Don't shout me out. You're advising everyone to get him. I was.
Yeah, well, he was a good pick. I was surprised he didn't get anything, but I think I mean, it was between McGinn and Palmer surely this week, and
there was no way I was going to... I mean, I didn't even captain Haaland because I just didn't really want to have any involvement with the Chelsea game whatsoever.
10 points for McGinn is absolutely
brilliant. We've got... You picked McGinn this week. Phew.
Absolutely
have no
amazing.
fear, people. I'm not going to let you down on that one.
He has been so good.
McGinn with this +3 bonus points. A 10-pointer from McGinn. McGinn outscoring Saka and Gordon.
Go to his history a sec.
I was just about to do this.
You brought him in.
I brought him in because I saw a video of him ahead of the Everton game.
Yeah.
So end of game week 1, someone said to him, why should someone bring you into their fantasy team? And he said, bring me in if you don't want me to score a lot of goals. And I was like, I'm tempted. And then I think I brought him in.
You brought him game week 9. You brought him in game week 9,
Game week 9. So since then we've had an assist, a goal, a blank, and then a goal. Honestly, have a player that you don't necessarily think will do amazingly, but you just have a gut instinct about. Because I had McGinn, you had Adringa today.
Yeah.
I can't speak.
To be fair, everyone calls him Adringa, but there's no R at the start. It's definitely Adingra.
Yeah, I thought you were about to say more.
McGinn Pitt, good lord. It's absolutely ridiculous.
I'm so happy. Oh, Rico Stevens. I brought in Trossard for a 2-week punt, but it caused me to bench Simicast. You know, hats off to you, because you know I love Trossard. I go on about him. If he was nailed, I would absolutely bring him in. So fair play for the punt. Really annoying that it's worked out that way with Simicast, but Trossard's such a good pick. I think he'd be in way more teams if he was going to get 90 minutes.
Can I just say, if you did bench Simicast, you did the right thing. I did not think he'd play.
He was on your bench
today. Absolutely, he was
on
my bench.
You were going to bench boost.
He was second on my bench. I bought in Livramento for a hit, so I could not play Simicast. You know, I was convinced he wouldn't play, and I see loads of people that have benched him or even sold him.
Yeah.
You know,
it's logical though. The thing is, you make the right decisions, and then they just. I mean, in what world would you think the last 2 game weeks Solanke was going to outscore Darwin?
I've seen people on Twitter who have sold Solanke and Simicast this week. So I think someone sold them for Ferguson and Lascelles. Yeah, that's 0 points for both.
It's really tough. I mean, we've been talking about this today. Are we all ready to get Areola out now? Yes. But how do I afford... I don't like using transfers on keepers, which is my issue.
The thing is, there's no keeper that I really like other than Johnston.
No.
So, unless you've got 0.5 or whatever you need to move him...
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, I think you probably just keep him.
But a very brief review of my team. So, Areola obviously lost the clean sheet. Trippier, Cash, Gahey.
Yeah. Trippier won. The only game he's ever blanked in.
No, he did blank 2 weeks ago.
Against Wolves,
Yeah. To get my stats up ready.
The second blank in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 games.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
You're welcome, everyone. Any Trippier owners, I've brought him in. This is going to happen. McGinn, 10-pointer. Love it. Saka assist. Nothing from Gordon. Salah went for the captaincy.
Lovely.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Haaland, 13 points. Watkins got a goal assist.
Yeah, 1 goal. Apparently he missed a 0.82 XG chance in the last minute. So, yeah, ouch.
It's tough. And then Darwin got an assist. And then Turner obviously isn't playing for Forest. Palmer, penalty. Then Pinnock and Kabore, 1 point. Which takes me nicely into what the F we're doing for Game Week 13 after the international break. Yesterday, exclusive, I filmed a tipsy team selection with the FPL Juice guys in the studio, which was so much fun. But we went through my team for Game Week 13 and I didn't realise how messy the fixtures are.
Yeah.
So I've got 1 free transfer going into this. I have some money in the bank actually, not to brag, but there is 0.3 million in there.
So, you're loaded.
I know, we're rolling in it. What is the chat saying? Dom Solanke versus Sheffield United next game
Love
week.
it.
I really like it. I don't think I need to have faith with Darwin. I need to remain patient. I didn't remain patient enough with Solanke. Transferred him out. Look what happens. But I think that is an absolutely great punt. James says, I played Mitchell versus Everton for a 1-pointer and benched Simicast. Oh, that's so tough.
I'd have done exactly the same.
Yeah, me too. That is really, really difficult. I'd stick with Areola, no good replacement. Everyone was recommending Johnstone, and then he can. Anytime I know it's Johnston. Anytime I read Johnstone, and I don't know why. It's really annoying. And he conceded 3. I think if you have the budget, I would definitely go for him. I think he's a better option. But I think you're right. It's Areola's only 4.2 million.
It's the lack of. It's exactly what MFA says there. It's the lack of replacement.
Yeah.
I like Raya, for example, but then he can't play against Brentford, so you're not going to bring him. You're going to bring him without a game.
Yeah.
And then you look at Areola's fixtures. I think it's like Burnley, and then it's. I think they've got 3 decent fixtures in a row. Until it gets a bit tougher again. But yeah, Burnley, Palace, and then it's Spurs. That's tough. But then it's Fulham and Wolves.
When do we get our new wild card?
January 2nd.
Okay. So I'd have to suck up Arsenal.
Yeah, I think it's only really Spurs and Arsenal you'd worry about right up
Well,
until
Spurs
the
at the
new year.
moment.
Yeah, without Maddison, and he gets save points. I think he's all right. You don't want to be using transfers on a goalkeeper.
No.
I think unless you've got nothing to do and you could move for Johnston.
Yeah, if you're about to burn a transfer,
Yeah.
then I'd go for it. But I think especially I'd hold off on transfers at the moment
Yeah.
with international break coming up,
Yeah.
unless there's something you're desperate to do and you might be priced out. I really like this comment because I've been thinking the same thing and I feel bad about it. I have a confession. I might bring James again. Are we all going to go there? Today at one point, I thought he was injured.
Yeah.
Something happened and I was like,
There he goes again.
I love Reece James. Obviously, Chelsea fan. I think he is such a talented player and he is great. He gets those attacking returns as well in your team. Hopefully. Chelsea, to be fair to them, pretty good defending, I think, this season. I really want to go Reece James, but I think I'll probably have to have a good couple of game weeks. Let's have a look at the upcoming fixtures.
Game week 18. I just don't think you want to be investing in their defence until game week 18. He looks fun. I mean, he's down to 5.3 million as well. But
that run from game week 16.
Sorry, 16, not 18.
Everton, Sheffield, Wolves, Palace, Luton, Fulham.
It's a nice run. I mean,
but can he survive this long?
Well, I mean, you at the start of the season, Chelsea had a good run, and you had no Chelsea players, and you were like, "I'm not going near them." Have you seen enough from them now?
No, I did go near them.
Did you?
Yeah, I just sold my soul. I had an issue. Let me see. Can I go all the way back to my
You didn't
team?
get sucked into like the Jackson trap, though, did you?
No, I didn't. I stuck with the defence. I had Chilwell, and I think it's probably not worth going back.
Just go to Game Week history. I think I came in one.
Oh God! This
Micromanaging.
Is snazzy. I know, honestly, it keeps happening.
I know, sorry.
This is a good life. Look at my rank history. I started off on 128,000.
Yeah, that was a bloody good start. 87 points. You smashed
And
it.
it all went downhill. Chilwell.
Okay, you went Chilwell.
Yeah, which I think is fine. That's so depressing. How weird is it looking at the old team? Gibbs White today, he got an assist, didn't he? This is something that you were discussing today. What about Matty Cash? He's done nothing, has he? Omar has also said sell Cash. I think I'm going to give him one more game week and then probably give him the chop. I think that's what I looked at today with Villa's fixtures. Oh, they've got Spurs away, but again, I quite fancy Villa against Spurs.
Yeah.
Seeing what Spurs were like yesterday, and then Bournemouth away. Maybe I'll look to get rid from game week 15, Man City, Arsenal. But then one of the issues that I quite often have with my team is I don't have any good benching options, so I could just bench him for those game weeks.
Yeah.
Although the last time I benched him.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the trouble is he isn't getting attacking returns either. I mean, if you go back to his history, he hasn't got us any points since game week 7. And that was when Aston Villa went absolutely wild.
Yeah.
On that game 6-1, but okay, he did get a clean sheet against Luton because he went off.
We are
but
though
he was
lacking
lucky.
the clean sheets.
He was lucky in game week 10 though, because remember he went off and then they scored.
I think
58 minutes against Forest.
This is like very FPL, isn't it? But after the 17 pointer in Burnley, everyone thought we need to get him, and then he was, but like fairly steady. But I think we've all kind of gotten a bit complacent. Ownership's at 34%. I wouldn't mind getting rid of Cash. I think give him 2 more weeks.
Yeah, I think I'm selling him this week. I'm done with him. I think Spurs score. Villa have been really poor defensively. Bournemouth away, we saw them against Newcastle. They've got a bit about them at the moment.
Fuming. Oh, Craig's in the chat. The dream team.
Hey,
hi,
Craig.
Hope you're well. Can you suggest a defender to buy? I mean, it depends who's on your team, because I would suggest Gahey. I would suggest Trippier. Cash for 2 weeks. Have you got any on your top defenders?
I like Saliba. Yeah,
if
I
you
like
can afford
Saliba
him.
at 5.3 because your selling value on Cash isn't that high because you had him from the start, right? Mm-hmm. I bought him late, so I paid for like 5 million, 5.1. So
Money bags?
Well, not in a
It's
good way,
all those
though.
Daily Star quotes.
Well, yeah, but I've paid more for him than you did.
Yeah.
It just means I can sell him for a bit more. But yeah, Saliba I think is probably top of the pile. there's not really many defenders I like the look of. I mean, look at the lack of clean sheets this week. Who is there? You're looking at someone maybe like Mikolenko of
Did
Everton.
we start off at the start of the season? It was like everyone had a back four.
Yeah.
We were really, really doing well with the defenders, and now it's now going to a front three.
When Chilwell and James got injured, and the attacking defenders like a doggy, and I mean Porro looks good, but Spurs with all the injuries, you're probably not going to invest in that. I think that's why a lot of people are going to keep cash because they just don't really know where else to go.
I mean, I have got my 0.3 in the bank, and I still can't afford Saliba. I saw Anderson's price.
Yeah, I know.
I was about to solve my own issue.
He is. I mean, I know Crystal Palace defenders are doing really well, but I know Mitchell scored, but that was a freak goal, wasn't it? But
and their fixtures coming up. They've got Luton away. I mean, Luton at home. We saw them against Liverpool.
Yeah.
They fended quite well. West Ham, I could see a clean sheet on the horizon. Bournemouth, like you said, I mean, Solanke will probably...
It's not... I mean, it's three pretty decent games. It's just they've got no attacking threat, really, with the defenders. No. So it's like, do you keep Cash, who, okay, has got Spurs, but he could get something attacking-wise from that game? Or do you play it safer and go for a Crystal Palace defender? I think my move this week might be Cash to a Palace defender, because I haven't got one.
Yeah.
And to target those three, but... I can see why people are keeping them if they've already got Trippier, if they've already got a Crystal Palace defender, unless maybe Maguire. As ridiculous as it sounds, I mean, Manchester United have had the most wins in the last 5 games of any Premier League team, and they're getting slated.
Ridiculous.
They're getting slated by everyone.
Any Manchester United fact I hear this season, I don't believe.
No, I know. They're ahead of
we
Newcastle.
Had to check. I was going to say we checked them in the table yesterday.
Head of Newcastle in the league by 1 point.
I have a pun about Cash.
Oh yeah.
For my team. I'm gonna need Cash to get rid of Cash.
Is that a pun?
No. It takes cash to get rid of cash. I think it takes money to make money.
It takes cash to get rid of cash. Is good. Unless you go to Maguire.
And that's probably a good time to say, if you're watching the stream, do like.
For more puns, like and subscribe.
10 out of 10 euro in this one. Would you keep Diaby for next game week or take him out from Mbeumo for his good fixture run? I'm going to have to bring him in, Mbeumo. Are you thinking the same, or are you...
Issue with Mbeumo,
sorry.
Mbeumo, how do you pronounce it? Is that blank in 18? But I think we're going to want him for Luton and Sheffield United, aren't we?
Absolutely. And I mean, if for my team personally, I mean, actually, that's a question. Who would I take out?
McGinn. Well, the question's about Diaby, isn't it? I think I'm going to keep Diaby this week against Spurs. And then I'm probably going to move Diaby to Mbeumo. Yeah,
I think Diaby to Mbeumo is a great shout. Mbeumo's looking great. I missed out on him in the first half of the season when he was getting penalties every single game. Then he had a bit of a lull, and at that point, that's when people take him out on the wild card. Now he's come back with a vengeance. He looks like a really, really...
I've owned Mbeumo for 4 weeks. If you go back to that history.
Which everyone guess.
Yeah, I'm sure you can guess. I bought Mbeumo in game week 5. And I sold him in game week 8.
I'm trying to get us to do a video which is just talking about...
Look at that though. Newcastle, Everton, Forest United. He blanked in all 4.
And then you got rid of him for Burnley.
Yeah.
Oh,
no. Sorry, I got rid of him before the Man U game. I wouldn't have sold him before Burnley. But yeah, it was a bad run with Mbeumo. But yeah, my curse is lifted because Adingra got some points.
Yay!
So it's taken 12 weeks, but I've got finally got some points from the fifth midfielder.
Thank you to Gareth. Take cash to get money. I'll use that one. Would you go for Saliba if you had Gabriel? Ooh, probably not. Actually, yeah, I would. Gabriel's. Do we think he's a rotation risk?
Yeah, I feel very uneasy with Gabriel. I think getting Saliba
just that premium.
Yeah, I think getting them both and then maybe looking at jumping off Gabriel in a few weeks.
Yeah,
is quite good because I mean Brentford, Wolves, Luton, especially Wolves and Wolves are on fire at the moment.
You're turning into me. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, Wolves are on fire.
that is a very good impression.
I'm over the moon.
Yeah, I mean it's just the double defence, isn't it? I think Brentford probably score. I think Wolves could score in that. So you're getting them in for Luton. But I just think I think Saliba is just a lovely pick because Arsenal. I know that Burnley scored against them, but he is the real rock in that defence. And I think if you get him in now, you just kind of hold him, and we don't mess around with the Gabriel. Like potential issue that could come with it. Because every week I look at that Arsenal team sheet and I wonder if Gabriel's going to be on it.
Yeah.
And I don't want that headache. Yeah.
I did a wild card. I went against the robots, little AI.
Oh yeah.
I put together a wild card team, and I've gone against AI's
Smashed
wild card
it.
team. Well, don't spoil it. There could be.
Or did she?
Ooh, subscribe to find out. But I went for Sleeper in that, and the wild card didn't. What did they do? Well, AI didn't. They did double Newcastle defence. So 1-0 to the robots.
No.
1-0 to... Maths is not my strong point.
Maths? Is that maths?
Yeah, 1-0.
1-0.
It actually was. I did further maths for A-level, so... Anyway.
Brag.
I love maths. Sometimes I just want to get some maths textbooks.
We're going to watch some later, aren't we?
Married at First Sight.
Oh, sorry, maths.
Az is obsessed with Married at First Sight. He's making me watch it.
Oh, this is not looking good for that impression you did for me earlier either, is it?
Chatterbox, shame he's injured or cash to burn sounds
Oh,
good.
cash, that is good.
I love that.
That's very good.
That is so good. When, you dirty slut. When do you, that's the name by the way, if anyone's just listening.
Yeah.
When do you plan to use your bench boost? I'm hoping to just use it accidentally and just get really lucky
He's
with
put
it.
a monkey face. I think that's a stab at me.
Yeah.
Monkey emoji. When are you going to use it? Double game week time?
Yeah.
I'm quite happy that I haven't got to worry about mine during that period. Everyone's going to be
you just have to worry during the game week.
Yeah, and for the rest of the season because I'm like 2.5 million. But
oh wow, I forgot I'd left my captain on Trippier.
It's a captain.
English is not my strong point.
To be fair, Watkins was a captain this week. So was Trippier, to be fair.
I'll rub it in. Anyway, I forgot I'd left my captain on Trippier for his massive 2-pointer whilst I have Haaland and Salah. Somehow fluked a green arrow. I mean, it sounds like your team's really well set up. James De Silva, I like Awanai as a third cheap striker. So do I.
You had him for a bit.
I did have him for a bit, took him out in the wild card, but he's one of those players, I think he's just fixture proof. I think Forest aren't the best attackers, but he will find a way to the goal. And I said that even today. I was like, West Ham won't keep a clean sheet because Forest will find a way. They won't necessarily win, but they are strong. Can you hear Ralph just whistling?
Yeah.
Glad I benched Gordon for Solanke.
Oh.
All right, rub it in.
What a shout. I would 100% have played Gordon.
Mr. V has said, I think Gabriel will be benched in Gameweek 13 again. It's after the international break and he has 2 games for Brazil and Arteta usually gives them a rest. That's like, gives them a rest.
Gives them a rest. Yeah.
Can you imagine getting off a long haul flight and then having to play a game? I don't think I could play 90 minutes of football as it is.
No, let alone, I know. It's a lot of games. I mean, he's played 3 basically in a week. I thought Kiwior could play 1 and Kiwior's been playing quite well.
Yeah.
I think Kiwior could well play in that game, which is why I think getting Sleeper in is a good shout.
Oh, I had a very good game week, 80 points. Would have been even better if I didn't allow my Arsenal bias to have me pick Gabriel as head of Simicast. I mean, it happens to all of us though, doesn't it?
I just don't think that's Arsenal bias though. Like, I think anyone would have played Gabriel over Simicast. It was Burnley at home.
In his defence, it's North Bank Gooner.
Yeah. In his defence, he didn't have Simicast. That one.
We should drink every time we make a terrible joke. Keep Son. No. You would argue against it.
No, really?
I got rid of him.
Well, you would trade at him. Yeah, I mean, he's...
I live in fear.
Yeah.
Not owning him.
Yeah.
So...
He's less effective than he is when Maddison's in the team. I just think Villa are really poor defensively. They're conceding every week. And again, against Wolves, Spurs in the first 20-25 minutes... looked like they were going to run right in that game.
Yeah.
And there's like a goal goes against them and they just completely fall apart.
Spurs are very much first 10 minutes they have to be ahead otherwise.
Very Spurs. Yeah. I think
I still think it happen to a nicer team.
I still think Son's a hold, given how Spurs play football so aggressively on the front foot.
Yeah, I think it also depends on how your team's set up, isn't it? He might be your main route to goals, depending on how healthy the rest of it is. Niall's in the chat. King McGinn on the points today.
Yeah.
Lovely to see you on Friday, Niall. I'm sorry about the Matoma. Niall went Matoma captain, and I was jealous, so jealous. And when we saw he was benched today, we were out celebrating Ralph's birthday, and the first thing we said was, "Oh, Niall."
I know.
Because it's such a good shout, and I thought Matoma was the most nailed out of the Brighton team.
Yeah, I think I said to Niall on the day, he asked me if he was nailed, and I said, he's our most nailed player. I just have a little bit of concern that Fatty might start in this one. And if he does, he's either going to play up front or on the left. But I was very surprised with the Brighton team sheet today. We drew the game and for a stupid red card for Dahoud, but I don't know. Ferguson completely out of the squad. Where was he? Pedro didn't start. Buonanotte came in. It was a very weak team. I think De Zerbi maybe took it for granted a little bit that we were going to win that one.
Yeah, big time.
But we have got injuries and we did play in Europe, so yeah, I don't know. I think you were very unlucky with the Matoma benching though.
Yeah, massively. Daniel said, planning my Christmas Game Week 19 wildcard. I love the organisation. Yeah. Thinking about moving heaven and earth to getting KDB if he is fit, sacrifice Alvarez and Trippier and Douglas Luiz, or just Alvarez and Saka. Thoughts? Do you mean by just Alvarez and Saka, keep Alvarez and Saka? Because I would suggest that, I think. KDB, I'd maybe want a bit of time to see how he is when he gets back.
I wouldn't go anywhere near KDB. Definitely not in the new year. He's been out for ages.
Minutes management.
I mean, Alvarez has been playing so well. He's going to have his minutes massively reduced. He's a lot of money. He's not even entering into my thinking this days. The only thing that KDB boosts, I think, is it's going to improve Haaland because of that chemistry they've got between them.
I think that's why Haaland's been flatter this season, isn't it?
And I think it eats into Alvarez's minutes as well. But I just think when KDB's back, you don't go near either of them.
No. That was... Craig, have you seen Maths Australia? It's so good.
Everyone says that to me.
Yeah, so I watched a couple of episodes when we started watching this series and I wasn't allowed to watch it without you. So then I was like, I need my fix. Amazing. I said this
you can watch. I'm not going to watch the Australia one.
No, I know. That's why I watched it.
Yeah, you can watch it.
No, but I can watch the UK
Oh, I see.
one.
Yeah, okay.
That is loyalty, top loyalty.
I never thought I'd be sitting here aggressively telling you that you can't watch Married at First Sight UK.
You can watch the Australian one.
Yeah, you have to wait for me otherwise.
Who would you captain next game week, Salah or Haaland? I really don't know. Who have I got my captaincy on at the moment? I probably haven't actually picked it. It'll be on Salah, I think. Yeah, it's on Salah at the moment. I think I'd probably go Haaland. I like the home fixture, home advantage. That's the only thing that differentiates it for me. What about you?
Same. There's not much in it. I think Haaland, the way he's playing at the moment, when you've got a player like Haaland who's scoring in the Champions League, he scored a goal from outside the box, smashed it in, and then today he scored a dodgy penalty and basically a goal off his bum, and it's like
no, it's his whole body.
Well, when that starts happening, you're like, okay, he's going to start getting a lot of goals.
I think also we've agreed this season with Salah. The reason we haven't captained him is we don't think he's played. The goals haven't been hugely impressive.
I haven't seen him today.
There have been penalties.
Yeah, I haven't seen Liverpool today. I was put off by it because I thought Brentford would put up a bit more of a fight. And from looking at the XG, it looked like Brentford had better XG essentially. So I don't know whether that's a couple of better chances or lots of chances.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was surprised with the 2-0. I thought Brentford would score, and I thought Salah might be on the periphery a bit. So,
big time.
Great result for those who captained him.
Also, don't forget to like the chat if you are watching. I always forget to say anything, just kind of here.
Yeah.
Do like the chat if you're watching. I saw, is JWP now a keep? Please say no. I'd say no. I took him out of my team. He's out of yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would. I don't think he's a keep at all. I didn't want to cause a domestic.
Yeah. Too late.
It's happening. So here's a domestic. Thanks, Charlie. Still not rate McGuinness. 3 returns in 4, looks in form. You've donated, what, 30 quid to charity this season?
Yep.
That's over now. That was just for the next 5
I'll do
weeks,
another one for today. It's a goal and 3 bonus is crazy.
In that case, let us know in the chat what charity you think we should donate to. We have done Mind, Dogs Trust, MS Society.
Yep.
So one more, the final one, let us know in the comments.
I still don't think he's a good pick.
What more proof do you need?
I know.
I started Archer over Palmer. Oh, likewise to you both. Thank you, Niall. That's painful. I mean, Archer, you were quite well. You bench boosted, so you ended up saying.
Yep, bench boosted for Archer.
You were quite
obviously.
tempted, weren't you?
Yeah, I mean, it's only 4 points, isn't it, with Palmer over Archer, but then Reguilon as well. I thought Archer could get something today, but yeah, just a bit unlucky.
Oh, this is interesting. Salah today, to be fair, Tim was on point, had a very good game. Did we watch? We didn't see Liverpool game, did we? No. Gabriel and Martinelli both blank since I bought them in a week 10 wild card, but can I ditch them before Wolves and Luton? I wouldn't.
No way.
There is no way. I think a key thing with FPL is patience, and I think if I'd have kept my team since I wildcarded, I'd probably be on more points. I think it's natural for us to chase players that look on form, but I think patience is key with that one.
I think Gabriel to Saliba, like if you want had the extra money, it looks like a decent move, but I would probably just keep him.
Yeah.
Martinelli, I nearly bought this week. I think he.
I think he's a great pick.
Yeah, he is. He looked really good in the Champions League, and I haven't seen the Arsenal highlights yet, but I think Martinelli's a hold. He'll start returning soon. I'm pretty sure he will.
Yeah. Would you hold or sell Alvarez? Who'd you get him in for? So this is another one that I've avoided this season. I haven't been that excited. I think because I've got Haaland. You doubled up on Haaland and Alvarez, didn't you? Let's look at City's fixtures coming up. I haven't really got strong feelings. I do think if you've got Haaland, I'd probably rather go for someone else. Liverpool, Spurs, Villa, Luton, Palace, and then the blank in 18. I really like Taiwo. I like Darwin. I think Watkins again could be. I think he is remaining consistent. What do you think?
I think you've missed the boat on Alvarez now. Really, the fixtures aren't great. He's had 1 assist in the last 2 games, and they've scored 10 goals. Mm-hmm. You know, like where's the massive appeal to him? It's the Haaland show at the moment. He's just back to his best. Mm-hmm. And I think there's, like you say, I think if you've got Watkins, Darwin looks good. You know, you've got someone like Solanke, someone a bit cheaper. Like Alvarez is fine, but I just wouldn't be moving heaven and earth to get him. No. And I think there's probably easier ones to get to.
Niall said, I managed to get 74 points, which I would take. That is fantastic. Well done. I only got, I think, my points because of the Salah captaincy. Otherwise, I would have a big red arrow. Oh, we're looking... Right, I've got the Forest fixtures up. Slowly but surely. Clean sheet potential. Brighton at home. I can see Brighton scoring. They will.
That, yeah.
Everton...
They're pretty hot at the moment.
Yeah, Fulham. I mean, that's
rubbish.
A nice little clash from the Championship days. Wolves, Spurs. I think if you are going to have them, if you're going to have a Forest defender on rotation, I don't think there's any harm in bringing one in. What do you think?
I don't like him.
You anti it? I had Nico Williams for my entire season last year, so I think I'm biased.
I just, they don't keep enough clean sheets. And I look at Brighton, Everton, and Wolves and Spurs. Yeah, that's 4 of the next 5. Mm-hmm. I think they conceded all 4 of those games. It's only really Fulham away, but then Forest are rubbish away from home.
I wouldn't say rubbish. I'd say they've gotten better defensively.
Well, have they won? When was the last time they won away from home? Pretty good. Oh God,
that's the Forest. That's the Forest McGinn bile coming out of you.
Pretty against Chelsea in Gameweek 4.
Okay, right. Even more.
Oh God.
Okay, yeah, fair.
Was it Game 4? Yeah.
You make a good point. Yeah. Okay. So we'll take a joint answer on that one, which is a no. Unless you're feeling wild, then yes. Do you think if you're top 100k with no chips used at all, can you still win the whole thing, or is the gap too big? You can win anything you put your mind to.
I'm still planning to win it from 2.5 million. You can absolutely win it from top 100k.
You're in such a strong position considering it's only Game Week 12 just finished.
Not even a third of the way through the season. You could have 1 week that puts you in the top 10k, and then another week that puts you in the top 1k.
Or you could have some really bad weeks that take you up to 4 million.
Well, yeah, you absolutely could. And I hope that's what happens to a lot of people so I can catch up. But if you had 4 or 5 strong weeks right now from the top 100k, you'd be in the top 1k. Mm-hmm. You could absolutely win it from here. Yeah. Okay,
we have chosen the silence. Poppy a pill. That's what we will donate. Well, You will donate. Thank you to McGinn. Thank you to James for the suggestion. Topical for Remembrance Sunday. Got a front 3 of Haaland, Watkins, Alvarez. Would you sell Alvarez and who for? I mean, if you look at my team, I've got Darwin and I also like Taiwo. I think they are the 2 that stand out to me. What about you?
I don't think I'd sell him.
No.
I think if I had him, I'd keep him. I just wouldn't be buying him at the moment.
Yeah, hold patience.
You know, unless you've got nothing else to do and you need the money. I think Alvarez is a fine pick. I think he's been
a fine pick.
He's been unlucky, I think, not to get more than he has done.
I mean, Monkey Man's pointed out Alvarez blanks in Game Week 18.
Yeah, you want to shift him before that.
Yeah, I was going to say I would flag if you've got Haaland, Alvarez, and potentially a third City player, maybe to have a bit of a rejig ahead of then. Oh, Rowan, we're singing from the same hymn sheet. As a Chelsea fan, my heart can't take these crazy games. I just kept twitching.
I know. Spectacle though, from a neutral's point of view, they are incredibly entertaining. And when now you look at some of their players coming back onto the radar, like James, like Palmer, Jackson scoring again. Could it be an option when the fixtures turn?
I mean, I just feel like they're a bit lucky though.
Yeah, well they are. Again today it was a rebound. He reacted quickly, but he didn't really do much other than that, to be fair.
No, I think I was really jealous. There were so many comments on Monday where everyone was like, this is an amazing game of football for the Spurs-Chelsea game. And I was behind a pillow like,
yeah, please.
So stressed out. What's the subscriber target this season, Yelena? Ideally 1 million, so that I can buy Ralph a nice home. No, I think, what am I on now? I'm approaching 4... What am I on?
4.5, something like that?
Okay, I'm at 4.6.
4.6.
I think I would like to... I think this season, 7k?
Yeah, I'd say you'll hit 5k and then halfway to 10k.
I think that's
7.5.
realistic. Yeah, so if you're watching and haven't subscribed, get on it. We can celebrate. How is this handball not a penalty? I mean... VAR and we've had...
What, are they talking about the one that hit his head?
Oh, was that today's game?
Yeah.
Oh.
What? I'm just not sure what they mean.
Please specify which game.
Surely it's not the one that literally just came off his head that Carragher was like, oh, it's a penalty, and then he was like, oh no, it actually didn't touch his hand at all.
Don't own Salah, he's killing me every week. Should I sell Son for a hit to get Salah? Yeah, yes. Absolutely.
You've got to get Salah. You've got to get Salah in.
I think with Maddison out, Son isn't the same. It's really tough. And
if the only route to Salah was Son, I'd sell him.
Yeah, and it's quite tough. It's hard at the moment, I think, for Spurs, where they have been doing so well, and now they've just got injuries upon injuries. Oh, sorry, you bored? It's coming up to 5:30. We will have to head off in about 10 minutes. If you have any questions you want to get in, do get them in, because we have to go. Why can't I speak today?
Okay.
We have got to feed this young man. Look at him. Adingra and Porro on the bench for me. Played Martinelli and Cash. But on paper, it's the right decision.
I wouldn't have benched Adingra. It's not helpful, but...
Yeah, but you did. Your bench didn't matter anyway this week.
Yeah.
Is it where... Oh, brought in Kessie in before his injury and only got 1 point.
That is... Yeah.
I love this. Forest knotting on your throat.
Yeah.
Yep, they are.
I'm still quite...
Oh wow, we have an expert in the chat today. We have got, I came 41st overall last year and I was 60k around now. I need to start taking more risks. Palmer captain on my radar. That's really exciting. Hats off to you if you do end up doing that. That was huge. I mean, what fixtures are coming up?
41st, bloody hell, that is...
That's incredible. I mean... I think I'm backing Newcastle to win the next game because at home that is an absolute fortress for them, isn't it? They smash it, but they are looking... We'll see what happens after international break. I'll be interested to know, when are you planning to captain Palmer? Although the way Palmer goes, he'll just get a penalty anyway, it'll be fine. Hello, lovely people. Hello, FPL Cortex. Chelsea have been improving quite well, and I like the fact that that's in caps.
Yeah.
I agree. Chelsea have been. Oh, we've got a question from David, which is aimed to you. Thoughts on Fatty Az? I am a fellow Brighton and Hove Albion.
Yes, you love the Hove Albion, don't you?
Fan, and I'm a Fatty owner, and I feel like he deserves to be starting consistently based on recent performances.
He should probably be starting every week, but where does he play? It's just the same question. He's not going to oust Matoma regularly on the left, so he's going to either have to play number 10, which I said months ago, I'm absolutely slated for, or up front. And we've got Pedro in the 10 and Ferguson, who you would think is our main striker, up top. So I just don't think he's such a good player. I love him, but I just think he's too big a gamble.
That's such a shame.
I just go for Matoma over Fatty. I think he's a...
You've got far too much talent in your team.
Never thought I'd say that, but yeah, we do.
Pickle's in the chat. Hello, Pickle. 78 this week. Haaland captain anxiety was anxiety-inducing after the Salah brace, but it worked out well. Are you currently beating our nemesis? Let me know in the comments. Should I be looking to bring Haaland back in? Would require a hit. Otherwise, I was planning to bring him in Gameweek 16. I think it depends on the setup of the rest of your team. Because I think the Liverpool fixture is going to be hard. Spurs... I mean... You definitely want him back for game week 16, but based on his recent performances, I can understand.
You've got to have him for Spurs. They have no defender. They're going to have Romero and Van der Ven out.
I mean, Spurs are going to struggle the next couple of weeks, aren't they?
City are going to spank them in game week 14.
You said that with venom.
Well, I just can't see any way. I mean, Wolves tore them apart over and over again. Haaland's going to have a field day against them. He's yeah. I hope I accidentally played the triple captainship in game week 14 because whoopsie daisy, because he looks great.
Oh, fantastic! Well done, Pickle. He is currently crying. FPL Giant, are you dating? Haha, just kidding.
Just friends.
Just two friends that are living together. I currently have Cash, Diaby, Watkins, and Alvarez, and I both need to get rid of Alvarez before game week 18 and get out of Triple Villa, and I'd like to pivot Son to Saka. What to do first? Whoa, okay.
Firstly, great use of the word pivot.
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 Best quote.
Yep.
Okay, I currently have Cash, Diaby, Watkins, and Alvarez, and I use both to get rid of Alvarez before game week 18 and get rid of Triple Villa. Before game week 18, what's coming up? Let's go on. Good on McGinn's fixtures.
Need to get rid of Villa. I'd like to pivot on the Saka.
In which case, Son to Saka. What are Arsenal's fixtures coming up? I don't see a huge Brentford away all time. I think we probably need to see what the rest of your team is. I think Alvarez would be my first, but this is completely from bias because these are players that I don't have. I think first one would be Alvarez out. And then I think I'd do Son to Saka and then probably slowly get rid of Villa over that period of time. Do you get me? Am I speaking?
I think, yeah, I mean, Diaby and Watkins, they're fine to hold for a couple of weeks. It's Spurs and Bournemouth. Alvarez can go. Cash can probably go. I think I'd rather have Son than Saka still.
Yeah. I mean, Saka hasn't really been going.
No, a couple of assists, but
and I'm still worried about his injury.
Yeah, so am I. I think Cash would be my priority there to get rid of.
Yeah. Haven't captained Haaland in 2 games and he punished me. Oh, it's really tough, isn't it? Matoma has to go. I'm getting Gibbs White for a punt. Yes. I love that.
Does Matoma have to go? Why does he have to go?
Bring in Gibbs White because he was benched this week. Who's not going to be benched? Gibbs White. He's there all the time.
Yeah,
he did get benched once this season.
Matoma's not going to get benched again. I think that's quite knee-jerk based on this week. I would keep Matoma. I just don't think he's...
Especially with your run of fixtures.
Yeah, they're fine. He's still a good pick. I just wouldn't like worry about this week too much. This week was just a weird week because we had Europe. He's not going to get benched again for a while, so I'd keep him.
That leans into our biases though, doesn't it? Anyone Forest, I'd like a defender. I'm like, yeah, bring in Turner. He's not even playing.
It is biased, but also like I still think he's our most nailed on player. He is like the talisman of the side, Matoma. And I think he just got rested today because I think De Zerbi thought he could beat Sheffield United without him. Yeah,
definitely. For the stronger or the more difficult fixtures, you're going to have Matoma in there.
And he's played a lot of minutes. Keep him.
I mean, Niall says Matoma has to stay. Yeah, keep him in.
Niall was saying that.
I was going to say, make sure you do captain him again because that is going to pay off at some point. Pickle, you have some nice differentials in your team. Yeah, stop. Thank you. Would you sell Martinelli and... I actually had a thought the other day I had a dream that McGinn watched my channel.
He probably does.
And then it was really weird because he was like, why'd you keep talking about me?
Oh, he wasn't into it?
No.
Oh, no. That is awkward.
Anyway, would you sell Martinelli and Son for Salah and Mcketti? Is that Martinelli?
I have no idea.
I went no Salah since game week 8 and he's killing me. I think Salah is an absolute must-have.
Who's
personally.
Mcketti? I don't know who Mcketti is.
I think it's Martinelli.
No, because he's saying, would you sell Martinelli?
Oh yeah, would you?
Would you sell Martinelli and Son for Salah and...
Can't read.
Mcketti? Am I missing something? Is that like a really good player called Mcketti?
Yeah, this is why we're
I love that
terribly.
It's definitely not. I love that you're searching for it. Yeah, who's Mcketti?
Some up and coming, probably Chelsea player, someone we've signed for 27 years.
I'm just trying to think who that could even be.
Yeah, I think We don't know who the second player is. Mark Southerns is in the chat. Welcome, Mark. Lovely to see you.
Mark Southerns.
Oh, look how his eyes light up.
Hi, babe.
We went for dinner on Friday, and there was a point I was sitting opposite Mark and Az, and they were mirroring each other, their body language, and it was strange.
Strange is one word for it. What did Mark say? What chip are you planning? Triple captain.
Accidentally, Mark.
Oh, whoopsie.
Oh, no.
No, triple captain on like someone random. I don't know, Gabrielle.
When are we seeing... I love this. When are we seeing an Asmantha/Liena collab?
Asmantha and Lee, yeah.
That's the next one. You wait till me and Lee start doing Q&As.
That's going to be so good.
That'd be so funny.
Mark, someone says Nketiah for that last question. Nketiah?
Oh.
McArtinelli and Son.
McAtee.
Oh, McAtee.
Oh, Az hates McAtee.
I don't hate McAtee.
He does. I was going to bring him into my team, and then Az was like, absolutely not. Not on my watch.
But you're sacrificing 2 players for 1, so no.
Okay, we have got 5 more minutes. Should I keep Trippier or sell him and use the money in different places? I'd keep Trippier personally.
Definitely.
He's a bonus point magnet. I think it's... When he blanks big time, but otherwise he's got massive hauls, so I'd definitely go for him. Brighton aren't in a very good spot. That's a nice way of saying it.
Yeah.
Az uses some more expletives.
We're not in the league, but it was a big win for us in Europe. We're still scoring plenty of goals though. So if you've got Matoma, I just don't know why you would. Like I've got Adingra. I think he's a fine hold for now. But yeah, if I had someone like Ferguson or Pedro or Fati, I'd probably be looking to get rid.
Can we just, for the last section, let's show your team? Someone said, didn't you bench boost by accident? Yes, it was an accident, as was in a very sorry state of affairs. It wasn't very... Where are we, Jason? Jason work. It was a tough week, wasn't it? But I think... I think a successful bench boost would be 10 points plus.
Yeah.
And you got that. And having Simicast, if you hadn't have bench boosted this week, I think you'd be so frustrated. Whereas getting that Simicast 12 pointer, you smashed it.
I took a -4 for Livramento so I could bench Simicast. And if I hadn't bench boosted by accident, I would have been livid. I just didn't think Simicast would play. Yeah, I mean, I think normally with a bench boost, you're hoping for like 15 to 20 points. That's exactly what I got. You're hoping for like one kind of big return from a player, and I got that. And now everyone's going to have to...
Catch up.
Well, definitely not catch up. But people are going to be, when the wildcards come around, they're going to have to be thinking about the bench boost chip to use. And, I've got my 15, 20 points from it, so I can not have to plan around that.
Yeah, big time.
And Mark sent me quite a nice message. He afterwards, because I was genuinely gutted. The people saying that I did it deliberately, like if you'd seen me when I realised that I'd done it, it was just.
I think also after you take it really well having a bad time with FPL, but I think where you've just had bad weeks, and then that happens, it's so disheartening. And if you look at you can see bench boost is activated here. That is not clear. It's really, really.
I've emailed the Premier League because if you go back down to it,
I was just going to say if you compare to it, so it's Gameweek,
exactly the same colour. They just put that blue line around it.
Yeah.
And where I do my team on my phone, I don't scroll down, past the team to see what chips are activated. So I just didn't notice it. It's as simple as that. I must have activated it early in the week.
Well, it was activated when you recorded Black Box.
Before Black Box, and I just didn't notice it. And some people have pointed it out. There was people in the comments of YouTube, but like you said, someone said as bench boost is on, and I genuinely thought they meant like your bench looks really good.
It's on like Donkey Kong.
And I remember I literally looked at that message and was like, I'm not playing the bench boost this week, you lunatic. Why on earth would I do that? And ended up playing with it. So yeah, I don't know. It's a lucky result to get it, and it's nice to have a bit of luck for a change. But I am annoyed with myself for the captaincy because I had it on Haaland right until a few minutes before the deadline, and then changed to Watkins. And like you said to me, I always advise people never to change captains.
I don't know why you do it.
Last minute, and I always do it, and it was the wrong choice again.
Az gives great advice, and then you'll follow it up until 5 minutes before the deadline, and then go.
You just panic though. Like,
yeah.
I think like
You need to start going for walks.
I think one nice thing I've had with all of this, with a terrible game week and with this accident, was someone said to me that listening to me struggle this season is actually quite relatable.
Yeah,
and I think quite a few people go through these things, and I've had messages from people who have accidentally activated the bench boost chip. I've seen people who have taken 70-point hits because they forgot to play their wild card. Mm-hmm. I've seen people who they go to change their team, think they put the captaincy on someone, and then they look at their team and it's on someone else. Like these things do happen, and you can beat yourself up over them, but mistakes happen anyway, don't they? And you just got to kind of get on with it.
I think also with the confirmation, I just wouldn't even look. I just think it was confirming my team.
Yeah, no,
selection.
Yeah.
Okay, we will finish up shortly. Calvin's in the chat. 76 points, nice one. After a 3-game week red arrow streak, I finally got a green arrow. Hooray! That's so good. Well done. Time to get Bowen. Oh, when he scored today, we both rolled our eyes, didn't we?
Lovely pick.
I think Bowen is a
Playing
great pick.
Playing up front. Really,
for my
really
team
like
personally, I don't see, unless I take out McGinn, which isn't going to happen. But I think Bowen is a really, really good choice. We've got happy for you as it worked out for you. I was rooting for points for you.
Thanks,
this is the nice thing. You got so many nice comments that people were just relieved for you. And
not everyone's nice.
I was going to say, anyone that thinks you did it on purpose, I just wish
they're the only ones.
Seen you.
I mean, I had a few people calling me a clown, using that horrible clown emoji, which I really hate, and they people like that just get blocked because you're just not a very nice person. But the weird ones were the people saying that I did it deliberately, because if I've played this game for 14 years, I just don't really, like things like engagement and stuff on Twitter. Like I love being on Twitter and talking to people.
You're not a catfisher though. Not catfisher. Oh my god, clickbaiter.
No.
Like you and Mark are very black and white with your content. You go through the stats and things. You're never like, oh, we might. The closest you get is match of the day challenge.
Also, I care about having a good rank and finishing strongly in competitions in mini leagues and with Mark.
But you're in a really difficult position. I think this annoys me more when people say you're doing things like this on purpose, because the last thing you want to do is go on the FPL show, record the pod,
and say
I bench boosted
by accident. I mean, that isn't like good content. Okay, it might be decent short-term engagement, but if this bench boost had got me 1 point, people would be like, oh, who's this guy? I mean, they're still going to be doing that, and rightfully so, but it would be a lot worse.
Simicast though is so much better, and I think you can leave it. You've got a green arrow this week, haven't you?
Yeah.
You can come out of this game week. It's actually been a success. You would never have done this, but the Simicast points.
It's just luck, and
your luck's turning round.
Hopefully, FPL is a lot of luck, as we all know. But yeah, hopefully my luck is changing.
And with this as well, Watkins should have got a brace today. Luton really unlucky. Watkins XG was 1.8 or something, but unlucky. Telling myself that as a fellow Watkins captainer. This has happened many times with Watkins, but Watkins is so consistent. It's worth it, and I think on paper. So I think Watkins' last game week was the sensible captain.
I think he's just not he's not a captaincy pick. Because he seems to be getting these 5s and 6s, but okay, he got the massive score against Brighton.
He has been very much like assists though, hasn't it?
I think this is why you go for Salah or Haaland, just because they've got that more bigger potential to get the oomph factor,
pizzazz,
to get the double digits.
Or McGinn 10-pointer. And on that note, we are going to finish tonight's live stream. It was so nice talking to all of you. Thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to like the stream on your way out. Have you got any final words?
No,
we're going into the international break, so some advice.
I'll be using this time to chill out and try and I think majority of people I've seen have done okay this season. This week, if you benched Simicast, if you've sold Solanke, don't beat yourself over it. I still think those were good decisions. Poor outcome. Just have a week off. Come back to it in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, and I think if it does start affecting you, you do need to take a step back. I mean, today we had quite a good day because we were out and about, and then our team. I mean, I saw the McGinn goal, and I was in a really good mood anyway. But I said to you, I'm so annoyed at how much this is improved.
And when Adingra scored as well, we both had it. It's
so embarrassing. It's a fantasy football game, and it affects us.
It is embarrassing.
If you are having a struggle with it, do take some time out. Remember, it's a lot about the community as well. Being on Twitter, people will support you. So, with those nice, wise words, thank you again so much for joining, and we will see you when we are back from the international break. Bye, guys.
Bye, Rob.
Oh.